So I was thinking we'd have a little burger talk, cheeseburger talk to be exact, since we're at Tillamook. And now listen, there's nothing wrong with this, right? It's a delicious burger. It's got the traditional setup. It's got some delicious garlic parm fries. There's only one problem with this. First of all, I don't see myself doing a cheeseburger on Tillamook's website. I got to do something cooler than that. On our secret menu, we have something called the KGB, which is how we do burgers at D-Bar. And it's a very different situation. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First off, the meat. Traditionally, use ground beef or ground chuck. This ground chuck on a burger is the most common chef choice. We're going to go to Kobe because we're going to try to go for the best in every level, right? Now, here's the problem with Kobe. It's got such a high degree of fat inside of it that if you just press it into a patty, it's going to fall apart on you. It's kind of like a meatloaf where you have to put pork or something inside of it. So we're going to season it and bind it just a little bit. And again, there's so much fat in it that when you cook it, that fat will melt out and it takes a lot of the seasoning with it. So it helps to pre-season this mix and then just salt and pepper it when you cook it. And then that's going to give you a much, much better burger. A little salt and pepper, a little Worcestershire. An egg, just a little bit. Now you can leave the egg out if you want to, but it helps to bind it. You don't taste it, trust me. Forgive me, I wash my hands. I'm going to get in here. It's really the only way to know. Spatulas and whisks and such aren't good for this. So at some point then, you've got to shape this into a patty, a burger, right? And now listen, you got to decide on the size that you want to do. I will use this as a segue into the next way to raise the cheeseburger to another level, which is why just a regular bun? We make our own brioche buns. They're super yummy. But what would be better than that? Better yet, how do I make a bun situation where I can put some cheese inside? So I love waffles. I'm a pastry chef at heart. I'm a pastry chef most of the time. And waffles don't have to be sweet. Waffles can be savory. You've probably had a cheddar bacon waffle or something like that before, right? Well, we're going to use a cheesy waffle as our bread. So I'm going to make this burger pretty big. Now, fast food joints will tell you about a quarter pounder. Sounds really huge. Guess what? A quarter pound is only 4 ounces. 4 ounces of Kobe will cook down to like 1.5 ounce little puck that's embarrassing to put on a hamburger, right? So I'm going to go like almost a half pound, like 7 ounces. You don't want any holes or gaps to cook out. You want to have a nice patty. Yeah? Shape it. You know, in Colorado, we like the smash burger. You know, I don't know how to do it properly. This is what the smash burger is. A ball on a thing, smash it, and you cook it. Yeah? Au natural. So we'll give a little nod to Colorado. We'll do a smash Kobe burger, seasoned up. We'll get this cooked off. And then let's talk about how we're going to take the cheese to the next level. So, on the respect scale in the cheese world, I got to believe pimento cheese is way down there. I had to live for several years in Mississippi, and pimento cheese sandwiches were very popular. So they're usually used with the worst possible mayonnaise quality and the worst quality cheese. I see an opportunity to make something really amazing. So we're going to make pimento cheese. We're going to make it a little bit nicer level. Now, this is the classic pepper jack Colby loaf from Tillamook, right? The baby loaf. I love it. It's the way to go. But I'm thinking we're going to go up to the hot habanero because it's super good, like I said. Those of you that are afraid of spice, it's not so bad. So the hot habanero jack does not come shredded. Now, I could lay it over my burger like I showed you in the beginning, but I don't think that's a cool enough way to go. So I'm just going to like stack it up, press it down, cut it into a block, and shred it. Just because I want to kind of do the whole pimento cheese thing, and that's always shredded cheese, right? So, cut this, stack it, give myself a little bit of surface area there, and I don't need a whole lot. So there you go, shredded hot habanero jack. Now, I have created a product that does not occur naturally in the marketplace. I did my own shredded hot habanero pepper jack, because I want that cheese inside there, right? I'm going to do some of the regular medium cheddar. I'm going to do a little bit of the Tillamook premium sour cream. Oh gosh, that's messy. A little bit of cream cheese, salt and pepper, Dijon, and mayo. And to answer a question I get asked all the time, which is what is a pimento exactly? It seems weird. It comes in this little jar. It's kind of unidentifiable. A pimento is just a roasted red bell pepper, right? So I've come to love bell peppers. Not everybody calls them bell peppers. Now in this state, you recognize it, right? It's charred, it's got the skin off. So the difference between a red bell pepper and a pimento is that it is inherently roasted, peeled, and all the seeds taken out, right? And then cut into cute little pieces. This little pimento. So who thinks this is a little overly processed? I do. So it's easy to char your own peppers. We char our own peppers. So let me show you how you do this without a lot of fat, because chefs will throw this in a fryer. They'll do all kinds of weirdness. If you boil it like you see on regular recipes, it takes all the flavor out of the pepper. My chef's kind of got a cool little trick. Zach, let me grab Zach quick. Zach's not much of a talker. He's kind of the Silent Bob type. So, pepper in a pan, a little bit of oil, blowtorch, because you probably have one. And quite frankly, if pimentos freak you out, then just leave them out altogether. Zach Jones is going to be our chef at D-Bar San Diego, so go visit him. You can roast peppers together. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
So once you make the decision to upgrade the quality of the pimento ingredient, quite frankly, this becomes pretty easy. The other obvious choice is to use really great cheese, which we know we're doing. Now, if I was not using the hot habanero pepper jack, quite frankly, what I think is a kind of a cool choice is they make jalapenos exactly the same way. Roasted, peeled, de-seeded jalapenos. They come in a little jar just like pimentos. So I would put that in instead. The problem with that situation is that jalapenos are never the same. Some are really, really hot. Some are not. The great thing about the hot habanero pepper jack is you can sort of count on the consistency of the product. Once you know how spicy it is, it's going to be that spicy. It's really consistent. Yeah? So after that, all the ingredients inside. Yeah? We're going to smash up cream cheese a little. If you want to do this in a mixer with a paddle, you can. I like it kind of chunky, quite frankly. For this one, the natural Tillamook sour cream. A little bit of salt and white pepper. A little bit of Dijon. That's a really little bit of Dijon, eh? A little bit of mayo. If you like making your own mayonnaise, like some kind of roasted garlic aioli or anything like that, totally cool. I mean, we want to get fancy, but we want to get obnoxious, right? Some of our hot habanero pepper jack. Yummy. Some of the award-winning medium yellow cheddar. So I want this to be a little bit cheesy. I don't want it to be that weird cream pasteurized, like pre-made out of a tub pimento cheese. I still want it to be melty, ooey gooey, because guess what? This is going to go on top of my Kobe burger with some caramelized onions, some applewood smoked bacon. Then this is going to be on top melting, and then we're going to take some of our leftover cheese. We're going to put it inside of my favorite waffle recipe. Let's build this puppy. The toppings from our original burger, the lettuce, tomato, the normal setup. We switched from regular sliced onions to what we call drunken onions at D-Bar, just onions caramelized with bourbon. So that has a little bit of sweetness. You don't have to add sugar, and it makes a beautiful caramelized product. And then a little bit of applewood smoked bacon, right? I've kind of always wanted to put bacon in pimento cheese. I think this is my big moment. That's what I'm thinking. Sometimes you just got to go with what sounds good. Waffle situation instead of the bun. You can follow my waffle recipe if you want to. It really doesn't matter, quite frankly. But just take your favorite waffle recipe, leave the sugar out of it. Put a whole bunch of shredded cheese from Tillamook that you like. I go with the classic. I go with the medium cheddar. Some chives and some shaved Parmesan. Right? Who thinks it's going to be yummy? Give that a couple of minutes and we'll be ready to build our burger. We've got cheesy waffles. Nice. See how the cheese caramelizes inside? Don't be afraid to go dark with that. Yeah, that's not burned. It's a nice deep golden brown, but that's just the caramelization of the lactose inside the cheese. This will be yummy. This will be our bottom bun, yeah? You can spread it on the bottom and then put your burger on top. With this pimento cheese and hot habanero, I don't think we need any more flavors. I think we just got to focus on that cheese flavor, yeah? So we're going to put a little bit more of our pimento cheese bacon mixture right on top there. I'm going to broil that in the oven probably like you would for any other burger really quick, and then we'll finish up our burger. More bacon, because we can. Bourbon caramelized onions, because why not? Lettuce and tomato, because that's how we're trained, right? Who thinks it's going to be yummy? I do. So listen, there's those who I'm sure could argue, is this a burger? Well, it's got a hamburger on it, right? But we've taken it to a whole nother place, I think. We took the hot habanero pepper jack cheese, we turned it into pimento cheese with bacon. We put cheese in the waffle, a little roasted garlic parm fries. I mean, come on, guys. This right here, look at this. This is yummy.